Ready? Okay. Here we are again. We are going to learn to make seeds. That is a pod. It is cheaper than buying them in the store, and what we use are everyday items. So I'm going to put this off to the side. You can pull out of your pantry salad dressing bottles to make that pod. I use the neck of this. To make larger pods, you can use soup cans, Vienna sausage cans, anything that you have in your home. So we're going to push that off to the side. The type of paper that we can use are from old telephone books. I pulled this out of just a small old telephone book. You got plenty of those. And we're recycling. Sales papers. One thing you really want to pay attention to is you want the plain non-glossy papers. You don't want any of the sales paper that has that glossy film on it. It won't break down in the garden, so that's not good for gardening, so we chuck that. We're going to use this. To make the smaller pod, I'm going to pull out a sheet from your phone book. We're going to fold this into thirds, basically. So you're going to fold that. And we're going to fold this down like so. And what I like to do before we roll it is to write on the edge of the pod what we're having. And we're doing lychee tomatoes in this case. So I'll write down here the lychee tomatoes. Okay, and the trick to that is when you fold to make sure that the words are not at the folded end. So take in your salad dressing bottle, because we're just going to use this part. You want the words not where the fold is going to be at, because this is going to be the fold area. Actually, we want it the opposite end. So we're just going to wrap this around that, like so. Not snug. Like that. Traditionally, you can use a glue stick right about now and put a piece of glue right there from a glue stick to hold that down, but you don't have to. See, it's nice and loose still, so you can slide it up and down. You want to be able to do that. You want a little bit of space, about that much. Then you just start pushing it in, kind of like an origami. And you fold them in, fold it in. You do that all the way around. Then what I like to do is to hold my finger in the middle there, push it up a little bit, and just pinch around on the seams, on the edge, to make a nice firm bottom. Then you take that off, and there you have a pot. All you do, you get your seed starter dirt. You don't want to use topsoil. Topsoil is too heavy to start your seedlings in. You need seed starter dirt. It doesn't have to be Miracle-Gro, but you do need seed starting potting mix. So you're just going to take some of that. Put some dirt in it. Some people like to wet their dirt ahead of time. I don't. I haven't opened these yet, so these are some new seeds that I'm trying from this seed company. These are supposed to be really spiky. Oh, now we take the seeds and put them in here, a couple of seeds at a time. And what I like to do is just push them down with the tip of a pen just a little bit. Your seed planting depth should be about the same depth as your seed. Okay? Now, the trick to watering this is not watering it from the top. Put it in a container. Oops, I gotta get something. And water the container. And because this is paper, it will wick it. It'll work like a wick, and it'll just absorb the water. And and that'll take care of watering the soil. That's why we don't wet the soil before planting. You may have noticed there's a nice amount of room around the top right here. The nice thing, you want to do that because when the seedling comes up, or tomato plant, especially with a tomato plant and pepper plants, they will root along the areas that the soil touches. So the seedling will come up, and then you can just add more dirt after the seedling is up about an inch or so above the top of this paper, and to make for a stronger root system. That's what I did with this one. You can see it's filled to the top. And that's how you make a mini pot. Okay, next, we are going to make a pot using soup cans for your larger pots. What I do is regular old sales paper. Remember, not the glossy. We're going to fold it again. Try to fold it in thirds or as close to it as possible. In this case, this is a smaller paper, so I'm going to fold mine like that. And we're going to wrap it around the can. Now, because this has a lip, we want to make sure that that's the part that the fold is going to be in, okay? So we want to wrap it. You don't want it tight, because you have to be able to get your can out. Okay. Again, if you got a glue stick, this is where you would put some glue on, right there, and it would seal. So there's your can for your soup can. So now we're just going to fold it in again, just like we did the others. Just pushing them in. And you may have noticed in this case, I had 2 cans. That's the nice thing about using the soup cans or the Vienna sausage cans. Before I was pinching the edge, then I can just stack this on top and twist it in there like so. Makes it a nice little crevice. Pop this out. And again, you have a pot. Do the same thing with filling it. If you didn't glue it, one thing you could do is, you know, when you're a kid, you tear the little papers to fold it down to help it to stay. You can do that. Just fill this with dirt, plant, free pot. That's all there is to making pots. Happy gardening.